welcome everybody to another edition of the Papa Bear Show. I am your co-host, Imani Lucas, a.k.a. the Lukey Man, a.k.a. Papa Bear, and I'm over here with the Mama Bear, a.k.a. LaShanya Breeze.
Good evening, everyone.
That's right. And so today we're talking about business. We're going to be focused on real estate, some of the changes that are happening in the market, but most importantly, we want to highlight our dad of the month, who is a new community health service worker in our field, and he's going to be talking a little bit about that. But I want to make sure that I give the proper shout outs to Black Fathers Inc. right here, also part of the Perinatal Equity Initiative that is run by Sacramento County Department of Public Health. They are proud partners of United and Guided, which is the organization we are from, and they provide us some sponsorship to be able to bring news to you related to the Sacramento community. So just very pleased that we have our guests here today, but I want to pass it over to Miss Breeze so she can get us started.
Okay, so tonight I'm going to be reading an article. It is by Thomas Henthorn, and it's new changes to California real estate laws here in California. So this may affect or may not affect some, but I'll go ahead and read one of the laws that's I believe it was July. It took effect of July of last year, or is taking effect this year. It's Residential Exclusive Listing Agreements, Act AB 1345. It says, one significant change introduced by AB 1345 is the limitation imposed on exclusive listing agreements for residential properties. Under this law, exclusive listing agreements for properties ranging from 1 to 4 units cannot exceed 24 months, with renewals capped at 12 months. Interesting. Additionally, automatic extensions of exclusive listings and recordings or filing agreements for residential properties are prohibited. Violating these provisions could result in penalties for licensed real estate professionals. That's under the new Act, AB 1345. So you real estate agents out there, take heed to that.
So tonight we are blessed with the presence of one of our new friendships and new fatherhood relationships with Mr. Ponce De Long Smith. He is a friend of mine. We've been friends for over years. He is a real estate agent and has been for several years. And, you know, he was the person that sold me my first house. So I was very excited to hear that he would accept coming to be with us today and just talking a little bit about, you know, not only being a great father, but, you know, how being a Black dad in the real estate industry, the resilience and the intuitiveness that it takes to make sure that you're staying on top of your business game, but also your family game. So we're here. Wanted to introduce Ponce, man. Welcome. Thank you for being on the show, man.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Right on.
Thank you.
And so, you know, the first question I wanted to ask you, man, is, you know, I know you've been a father. So, you know, how many children do you have? What's your oldest? What's your youngest?
Yeah. I'm a proud father of 5, God-fearing father of 5. And my oldest daughter is 13. Amaya is 10. Ariana is 5. And then I've got 2 boys. Ponce De Leon the third, and he's 1. And we didn't want to leave any of the boys out. No favoritism. So we got Ponce De Leon the second. And so just proud father, man. I carry that with me.
Y'all hear that? He remember all the ages except for teasing. I'm just teasing. Good job, Dad.
Thank
good
you.
Good job.
Thank
I
you.
know it's hard.
I might have missed one and mixed it up, but y'all, you know.
That capacity in your brain, I understand. Hard work. Well, you are a proud father of 5, and we did meet your family.
Yeah.
Very beautiful family. So proud of you. So
Thank
proud.
You. Yeah.
And you're part of the United and Guided family now.
Yes.
And you're amongst us, and you are, in addition to our community health worker, one of our community health worker with lots of lived experience.
Yes.
So far, how has that been working with UAG, United and Guided?
Well, they've given me a warm welcome. Very happy to be here, first of all. We all want to save the world in our own little way. And so I met Amani and his brother, his team, over almost 10 years ago now. I believe that was 2015. And I believe he was working with doing nonprofit work and spreading the good word. And, you know, you can't help but to gravitate towards someone who just wants to save the world in their own way. So almost 10 years later, we were doing our normal keep in contact thing as friends do. And United and Guided, man, they got this huge mission. Papa Bear, I'm now a Papa Bear, I'm a doula. And so we're saving lives, we're saving families, one family at a time. And so just proud to be here on this mission with my work family.
Love it.
Absolutely,
Love it.
absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And we're so proud of Ponce and the work that he does because, you know, he doesn't necessarily have to be involved in nonprofit work or community-based organization work. And, you know, so we're proud. So for us, it's people with lived experiences, but the motivation to want to create some change in our community. And,
Right.
you know, and that separates the talk versus the action. And this man came in with some action, and we're very pleased that he's decided to do so. But, you know, the treasure that Ponce brings is his family. You know, he is, like was mentioned, a proud dad. And, you know, he and his spouse work together on not only the business that they do with real estate, but then also those other ventures and things like that. So, Ponce, I wanted to ask you about, you did have your own community-based venture and things like that, and you were telling me the story about it. Why don't you share the success of that with our audience?
The Black Family Reunion was a organization I was a part of in 2003 to 2006. Our plan was to take the group national. It was bringing Black families, corporations, and the power of Black families. The money that we actually spend in the community is crazy. We can get on that in another topic. But we were able to raise funds and bring barbershop basketball tournaments, hair salon, modeling, walk show, and just some other amazing program to our community. And so I've been a part of this, the Urban League. We partnered with the Urban League and to raise funds for through our events. So it's just one of the many partnerships that I've had with the nonprofit world.
Very proud of that.
Awesome, awesome. And you and wife, your relationship is good working together, and y'all partners, and that is Black love, and that's not even heard of.
You know,
Too
she
much.
still likes me after 25 years. So
Right.
shout out to you, Janae. Love you,
Right,
thank
there you go.
Yeah.
Shout out
Hey,
to Janae.
Shout out shots.
Right. That is awesome. And I highlight that because some say the Black family, the nuclear Black family, is not together. So when you see that, I have to give you guys your flowers and raising a baby and a teen. So
Black love.
Black love is real.
Yes,
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 absolutely.
yes.
So
And, you know, the fact that you are able to work professionally together is just a bonus because even people in love don't necessarily want to work together or have anything to do with each other's business. I feel like that's a blessing. Would you agree?
I agree. We call it show ready in my household.
Yes,
so,
sir.
you know, we got back office,
Right.
and that's where the real camera should be, so you can see what's really going on. And then we get ready for you, and we try to be show ready for you. So,
And that's what's up.
And you guys are doing great today. Thank you, partners.
Thank you. Welcome.
You're gonna be famous. We're gonna make you famous.
Thank you.
Yes. So that's great, man. I wanted to talk a little bit too about sort of how you balance. You know, you are a father of 5, no less, and you run a successful real estate business, and now you're even trying to find time in a 24-hour day that the rest of us have to also do some community outreach work. What do you do for self-care and to keep yourself stress limited, outside of normal, whatever.
Daddy, husband,
Yeah.
provider, all the
How do
counselor.
you juggle all of those titles?
All of
and
those
still,
titles.
and still able to maintain?
You're
bro?
chuckling. You're making me laugh.
You didn't say these were the questions we were going to prepare for today, but I appreciate you highlighting that topic because, there's only so many hours in a day, and I think it's prioritizing. I have a good team behind me, so you see me, but, there's a lot of folks that just make me look good, and I'm very appreciative for them. I wouldn't be here without them. And they give me a cause. They give me a reason to wake up every day and make it happen.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. I know that feeling. So great. I'm sorry, Mr. Sean. I'm about to step on your question.
No, I don't. I was not going to ask a question, but I'm going to highlight that. I heard you say that, but you did not say what was what's your me time? Your get along to Ponce De Leon time and
Working out.
okay.
Working out relieves a lot of stress. I get to get all that stuff out, and I ride my bike normally on the river, the river trail in Sacramento. The American River is my backyard. I was fortunate enough to take advantage of programs here in California, and I purchased my own home near the river.
See?
I save $1 on entertainment, and me and the kids go out and ride the Sacramento Trail, and so I have a lot of fun doing that, and it's a good workout.
Shout out to all the bike riders out there. I've been doing that with my children for years as well. Those are my kindred spirits right there.
Yeah.
People who like to be in the outdoors, riding around town. I just feel like California has 300 at least sunny days out of the year, and most days are just beautiful for doing things like walking and riding. So big ups for that.
And you doing that with your baby, spending the time with them now when they're younger, that's going to be great. Those are memories and moments nothing, no dollar sign or anything could just put value on. So good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.
You're welcome.
One day at a time.
One day at a time. Yes, I agree.
So, some of us are really interested in hearing a little bit about the real estate market, right? What are some of the changes that might be happening that are coming up? And, what are the things that might be some opportunities for some home buyers or sellers?
Well, we just recently had a bill passed, and that bill was related to exclusive commissions and exclusive agreement for the sellers to sell. Those changes were a little weird to someone who practices real estate day to day, but okay. The average listing agreement cannot be longer than 24 months. And in normal practice, I don't know when I've had a listing longer than maybe a year. So some of those changes may not affect you in your home, but the ones that will may be the changes to the way that buyer's agents are paid. I guess some folks were not happy about the way commissions were being paid out amongst the agents. And so now there's some new regulation, new bill that says in this open free market, where the market has set a standard for the costs and the fees associated for the practice of real estate, the buyer's agent usually makes a huge investment into that family. It's a partnership. The buyers are agreeing to allow the real estate agent to help them find a home, but someone has to do the searches. They have to call and make appointments, press suits, gas, time, lunch, all of those things. And I've heard of buyers looking for homes for over sometimes a year for whatever reason. So all that investment into a family, it's a big cost for a buyer's agent.
How do you feel about this new law? What are your feelings? Do you have mixed feelings? Are you for it? Are you just like, you know what? They should have talked to more of us about before making that.
I feel both, but highlighting a situation is good, and getting information out in the community is good. So because it's an open and free market and prices have been set by that market, I don't think anything's going to change except for disclosure.
Correct.
You're making it very hard for buyers to afford a mortgage. And so if they have to now bring in the difference for what the seller paid originally,
Yes.
that's going to make it that much harder
Absolutely.
for buyers. And to be honest with you, that buyer reserves the right to ask for those credits, the difference that they can't afford.
sense.
And so to me, it looks like it'll go, that cost may just go right back to the seller.
The seller, you're right. Yeah, because average mortgage payment is over $2,000 these days. Over $2,000. That's a lot for the average mortgage. Yeah.
Yep, and then which would mean for people who are renting those properties that they'd have to rent them for even higher, right? Thus kind of contradicting all of this affordable housing infrastructure that the city's trying to promote. However, developers may or may not have caught up to speed with that. You know, how have some of the new laws as far as being able to add additional dwellings onto your property, like, is that a benefit for families, or is that something that maybe benefits a chosen few who actually have that extra space?
Good question. This benefits all homeowners, as if you have a usable space, a workable space, and you typically wanted to build on that space, costs associated with the labor and the materials, $150,000. And now if you have land and you can just throw an ADU on there and split parcel, and that allows you to help more families, save more lives with a lot less money. I mean, you could probably do that for 20, 30,000 versus 150 plus.
Not to mention passive income. Yeah, not to mention passive income. That's awesome. Yes, absolutely.
Preach.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, this is such good information. Again, it will affect many, but knowledge is power. So you can't say we are not giving you knowledge. Right. And we have individuals out there, such as our brother Ponce De Leon, who will give you that education. So you're not getting into anything going in with your eyes closed and getting bombarded or bamboozled. I have one question for you. Are there any programs, I hate the word programs, and I probably could say that because I know programs go away, services stay. So I'm going to say services. Are there any services out there for families that wants to get into home buying or needs assistance with cash payment, down payment, closing costs, and all the things that's associated, or but they don't have the resources or the credit? Are there any services out there currently that you know about, or
Absolutely.
Easy to access?
Absolutely. Funding and the program shift time to time, but depending on what state you're in what community you're from, if you just research or call my office, we'll help you research those programs. But I know of two available now. One of them giving $10,000, up to $10,000, which you don't have to pay back if you're in the house for more than 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another one, a local lender is providing up to 3% towards your costs. Okay. So get with your local realtor, and we look forward to helping you with your home.
Okay. Absolutely.
So thank you for that. Can I go back to the $10,000? Is it? Let me be clear. Is it if you already are in the home and buying the $10,000, or you move in and you stay for 3 years, you get that kickback of $10,000?
Yeah, seasoning on the home. You do have to live there for over 3 years.
Okay.
And then that grant becomes
Gotcha.
you don't have to pay it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Y'all have it. So contact UAG, United and Guided, where our brother Ponce De Leon is, so we get you this education if y'all want to get into a house. So contact us, please.
There we go. So, it's great that we have somebody that can explain the education to our community, because we all know how traditionally there has been a struggle for Black people to have home ownership. And, the generational wealth level has remained the same and stagnant since being released from slavery, and we all know some of the reasons why that happened. And of course, redlining and Jim Crow laws and things like that. But now we're at the point where, some of that is supposedly reformed, right? To where there's more equal opportunity in housing and things like that. In your opinion, what do you see as some of the change and maybe some opportunities that may have not been there before?
Well, going back to some of the grants and programs that are available, we heard that Biden ran his election on some reparations and some apologies to some communities that look and sound like us. And so I found out that some of those programs have reached our level, the community. And so one of the grants I spoke of today is a grant, and it's made available to those of color, those who look and sound like us, and other communities. So I know some of the LGBT and ABC gang community were made access to that program. So yeah, give us a call, and we'd love to help you. And then the other part of that question was, I missed the piece. Excuse me.
No, I think you answered it.
Okay.
I think you answered
I
that
thought
pretty
was
well.
two-part.
No, not really. It was mainly just about, how people could either benefit or is it to a detriment to what's going on in the market. And compared to historically how it's hard to determine how we've been discriminated until after the fact.
Yeah.
But like, how are things going at this point where maybe we either see some things or not see some things that could be happening that could potentially trap us up or keep us from being homeowners. Right? And I think that does not discriminate right now, because I feel like it's a cost thing and an expense thing. So, the fact that you may have your limited income and not enough that equals, 3 times your amount of income, which is, right, you're supposed to be able to at least afford 1/3 of your overall income.
Correct.
And so, the fact that income levels may have changed, but supply levels and the cost of doing business has increased dramatically along with inflation.
You're absolutely right.
So it's very difficult for people to even put themselves in a financial position. To purchase homes. So my gap, and I'm wondering how that might change the market. I mean, are we going to see more off-market deals, or are we going to see people trying to eliminate the agent to try to save some money along with the tax credits? What's your opinion?
Well, I don't know about you, but I've tried to do my own house repairs, and with the plan of getting it done within a month or two. And there's projects I was working on for a year or more. I don't recommend you doing your own brain surgery. You may not want to look for a Groupon for, getting your eyes redone. There are some professions where we got to go old school. We like someone who's licensed, certified, who has years of experience, and therefore brings the contacts and a working process to get you and your family to your goal.
I love it.
I feel like the overall goal is building a relationship, is what I hear you saying.
Absolutely.
So, because I know I'm going to trust you, because I know you have a family of 5, right? And
you know where to find me, right?
And it sounds like you got a honey-do list like all the other brothers out there. You just said that's what you just said. I can relate to you, as a husband or as a family. I can relate to what you said. So I'm going to trust you. And that's exactly part of the reason why a lot of our African American families, we don't get into it, because one, we don't know, we don't have the education, and we don't trust, right? And we're just not have enough knowledge to say, okay, take this step, and it's a process. Sometimes we want to get into it and want it to move quickly, but it's a process. But if you have someone like yourself and wife come in and say, okay, we're going to walk through this together and get you to your end goal, I would trust. So it's about that relationship building.
Absolutely.
So thank you for bringing that to the table.
That's right.
As one of your qualities. Thank you.
And that brings me to a question too. Like, how would you describe your marketing and network your relationship building strategy. One of the things I appreciate about you from knowing you over the years is that I always considered you an expert marketer because even though one of your teammates was the actual one to help us close on our house, I felt like I knew you just right off the bat because you were the broker in charge. And I would see your postings with your photo and things like that. So that's what drew me into a relationship with you before even meeting you in person. So, take me through that. Like where did you get that mastery from? And how do you feel about relationships?
Well, relationships are the key to all of this, right? We wouldn't be here if we didn't know each other and didn't feel comfortable with one another. But words mean nothing, right? It's the vibe, it's the feeling. So I connect to that vibe. I'm a spiritual person, and I just ride that wave, man.
Love it.
Good, love it. Good answer. Okay, so let's talk about Residential Exclusive Listing Agreements Act AB 1345. For those that don't know the lingo, what exactly does that mean?
Laws have changed, and some of these laws that have changed may or may not affect the way real estate is sold today. For instance, one of them allows, basically suggests that real estate agents only have 24 months to sell your listing. I haven't seen a 24-month extension or listing. Usually that process is, I've seen a year, maybe. If you're doing repairs to your home, maybe that would require a year or so. But most homes are sold within 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that clarification. And that, I do agree, that is a very long time to try to sell a house. Absolutely. So thank you for that.
So thank you. I want to thank Ponce De Long Smith for being a part of the Papa Bear Show this evening. Great insight, great information. You can reach him. You'll see on the postings the website for Mr. De Long Smith. We just want to celebrate him today and just congratulate him on his journey through fatherhood for several years and being married for over 2 decades. That is something that is very commendable for our community. So I just want to give him his big ups, his kudos, and I want to personally welcome him to our team in whatever capacity he wants to serve. We're just happy that he is with us. So again, my name is Imani Lucas. I'm here with Shania Brazel. And hey, this is the Papa Bear Show, and we are out.